They don't stop.
Oh, they're nice, big fat rascals. We call these buck crackers, B-U-C-K. We are at the upper end of Grand Lake in Oklahoma in the Neosho River, and we're fishing for pre-spawn white bass here on the G3 Sportsman.
Well, this is really pre-spawn. I mean, this is before Christmas. And this is how soon that these white bass come up here in these rivers to prepare for spawning. So there's a lot of bait in here, and they got plenty to eat. And this won't be the only one that we catch today, I can guarantee you, because once you get into white bass, if you catch one or two, it's on. The G3 Sportsman is presented by Yamaha. Reliability starts here. All right, today we are in northeast Oklahoma around Grand Lake. And we're on the Neosho River, and we're going after one of the most fun species to catch, and that's white bass. I could catch white bass year-round because of the numbers, the fight, and just the fun that these white bass give us. We're here with Jeff Williams. He's introducing a new bait of his outdoor brands here called Fle-Fly, and these little jigs right here are fish catching dudes. And you're going to want to know a lot more about these as the show goes on. So let's get rolling. Jeff and me are in our big V Angler 185. We're scatting down the Neosho River at our first spot, and I guarantee you we're going to be on fish really quick.
Another nice one. Oh yeah. Old Scott always says, if you don't like this, you're a hard person to please. And
I don't know how people don't like to catch white bass. That don't even make any sense.
Now that fish decided he was interested in eating that Minna-colored jig.
That's a good one there, Jeff. He wanted it. I mean, nice
Show off
too.
back there's got another one.
So I'll tell you, when you're in them, you're in them. And whether you're sitting in your living room or whatever, wherever you're watching this show right now, you're just thinking, my gosh, that looks like so much fun. Well, it is. And I'll tell you, white bass fight, they're aggressive, and when you find them, that can be the trick right there, but that's with anything. But when you find them, boy, you can get in them and just catch one right after another. And this is just one of the tributaries or whatnot that comes off of Grand Lake here in Oklahoma. There's more than that as far as Spring River. What else is there, Jeff?
Elk River.
Yeah.
Those are the three main bodies that rivers that come into the lake, and they all have white bass in them. Gotta love it.
Oh, water's clearer than I thought it would be.
Yeah, this river's really, really, really clear for this river.
Yeah.
It's usually just nearly impossible to fish for white bass and crappie over here. Man, that's a nice fish.
Got it on that chartreuse and red.
Old cherry limeade color.
Cherry
That's an
limeade.
old standby right there, boy. There's been a many fish caught on a red and chartreuse over the years. Look at that. December, white bass fishing.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's fun.
You pull a little drag out.
The water's just not quite cold enough yet for them to really get lethargic, and they'll stretch your string.
Yeah, they will. They will. I'm gonna show you what we're using too. Another good little white bass right there. Pretty in that sun. Iridescent tail, colors on him. It's real pretty. You see all the color in him. This is for you guys that just hadn't seen these, this is a little Fle-Fly. It's one of the things that Jeff has under his outdoor brands. It's a neat looking little thing here. Kind of looks like a bug. And nice firm body on it. Just regular lead head. He's got some with colors on them or whatever. And then just this little tail right here that comes off, just a little hair tail. You can see as I separate it. And today we are using a charcoal color with a white tail. And that's an excellent color right here. We've got a little stain on the water. And I would say, Jeff, that this would be kind of shaddy color, wouldn't it? Is that what we're going for?
Yeah, that's called our minnow color, and this is our 1/4 ounce model that we're using today. And Scott, that's actually something that a lot of people, not so much here in the Midwest, are going to be interested in. But these are a lead-free jig. They have lead-free heads on them, and I tell you, they're just not quite as heavy as lead, but they are fish catchers, and we're very proud to be able to offer a jig like this that is lead-free.
It's finesse fishing, you know. I mean, it's not like they're just, you know, truly aggressive, but most fish aren't, you know, when the
50-degree
when it gets cold. You know, the water temperatures, surface temperature is 50 degrees, and you know, any place that you're at that's got rivers and tributaries and stuff like this. Old guy told me a long time ago, he said, it ain't hard to catch fish in these little rivers. They're either down one bank or down the other. So it's not that difficult to fish. The difficulty is finding the fish. And you know, we're scouring this bank. We hadn't gone that far. And we're just making short casts. And it's a finesse bite. I mean, some of them, most of them are just kind of ticking it, hanging on to it. So this nanofill works wonders for that. This little cross braid mono line here from Berkeley works good on that because, boy, it's real sensitive and you can feel those real light bites. Well.
Hey.
He's trying to whip me.
He's stretching that nanofill.
Stretching that nanofill. What have I got, Jeff?
You got a blue cat? A hybrid?
What have I got?
Gonna need the fish grip?
Are we gonna multi-fish species with the Fle-Fly?
He looked maybe kind of catfishy.
Boy, I'll tell you what, he thumped it. Look at here.
Blue cat.
How about that? We'll just catch everything on the Fle-Fly. That's the thing about our show. It don't really matter what we're fishing for, as long as we're catching fish. I know we're out here today white bass fishing, but you know, if you can catch a pretty blue cat like that on a Fle-Fly, why not? There you go, big boy. Get on back in there. Yeah, how about that? That could be a next show, Jeff. We'll just Fle-Fly fish for catfish. And I can't believe I said that in one take. That's kind of hard to say.
Fle-Fly started in Inola, Oklahoma in 1952. A man named Fred Stower started the company, and his original product was these jigs. And if you really look at these jigs, they have a very unique head design on them, especially when you get down into the smaller sizes. But when you look at the head design on the smaller models, you'll see that the eyelet comes out, there was one. The eyelet comes out at a 45-degree angle, and they work like a swim bait head.
Oh yeah?
They're not a standard head that everybody else uses. That fish, just ask that fish, he liked it.
Take a look and see what he's talking about right here.
It's going to be kind of hard to see on the 1/4 ounce models, but you can, I can show it better on the smaller jigs.
Well, even with this, you can tell it's a little more offset. Isn't that what you're talking about, Jeff?
Yeah, see how it comes out of the head at a 45-degree angle?
Yeah.
And then most jigs, the eyelet comes out like this instead of like that. So we twist the hook and then pull it out. And that jig, you put that under a bobber, you swim that like we're doing, they just track just straight as a string.
Well, it's angled like that so you can swim this jig. Boy.
Come on out here.
I was thinking I was just gonna have to keep talking before you hooked one.
Well, there's just only some of them want to be movie stars. And this one wants to be one. Come here, big white bass. Gotta love that. Smacked it. Boy, you just saw old Nana Phil just made a big jump right there and pop! He smacked it and I smacked him back.
Another good one too.
Nice fish. But you find them, you just find them where you find them, and you just can't get stuck in a rut with these pre-spawn fish. If they're not where they were yesterday, there's no sense in beating a dead horse. You need to pick up and just start searching from where you caught them yesterday. And usually if you'll do that, you'll find them, you know, within a mile or two. They might be on the other side of the river, they might be on the mud. You just never know.
The drum, sheephead up north.
Gasper Goo.
Gasper Goo. Little Oklahoma white here.
Okay.
We wanted it, didn't he?
Boy, he would have had it down there. Oh, plenty of slime on the line. Look at that. If you could see how many shad was in here, it's ridiculous.
Right
on the bank?
Right on the bank. Right on the bank. Yes, sir. Right on the bank. Boy, they make a beeline right towards you. Right towards the bank, son. Another little Oklahoma white here. Yes, sir. Get in there, boy. Better be glad you ain't a crappie. He'd be going home. Right on the bank. And that's something you seen when we started. The sun was lower in the morning. Now the sun's kind of getting up. These fish are holding a little tighter to the bank right now. What do you think about my boat?
I like your boat.
Man, ain't this comfy?
You just want to leave it here?
Well, I don't know about that.
I'd put it in the barn.
Don't know about that. You know, we've had this boat, you know, people always think, V boats, they're for big water and, you know, and all that. Well, that's what they were designed for. But you know, we've had this thing in Reelfoot Lake, and that's a little old bitty lake. We've now got it here in the Neosho River, and it's just a little fart of a river.
We haven't had any problem at all with us in here.
No.
Got nice high sides on it, gonna keep you dry.
Yep.
Because I can promise you, as beautiful as Grand Lake is, when the wind gets up, it can get a little bit choppy out there.
And you know, there's enough problems on the water. Getting back home shouldn't be one of them. And man, I'll tell you, you won't have no problem getting back in one of these angler boats.
This style boat really gives you a lot of diversity.
Yep. How far of a boat run is it
from here
from the main lake?
From here?
Yeah.
Oh, probably 15, 20 miles.
Yeah.
Nice one.
That's not very far anymore with these boats.
Frisky,
you know
frisky little rascal.
Boy, I mean that now. I mean that.
Come here, fish.
Good and healthy. Think about this spring, how big they.
Oh,
it's almost like they double in size, isn't it?
Yeah, they get up to, they can get 3-pounders up here.
Yeah, yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Boom, 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 son.
Boom.
Oh yeah. Come on now. Come on now. What makes them want to go under the boat? What do you think it is? Just, you think that's a...
I think that's the last place they got to go when you drag them off the bank.
Oh, man.
Look at the size of that one.
Oh, no, that's dandy right there. That's dandy. Now see, we talked about changing colors earlier. I went to green, black, I'm sorry, chartreuse, black and chartreuse.
Yep, I'm kind of sticking with the old red chartreuse cherry limeade.
He liked that. Boy, I mean, right on the bank, son. Get me a little better cast than that. He was right on the bank. A couple of reels that we were using today, these are Fluger reels. One Jeff was using is the Supreme. It's the new Supreme that they've come out with, and you know Fluger's been around for generations, and they're really, really just great reels. If you just had one spinning reel that you wanted to use the rest of your life, these Fluger Supremes are it. 10-ball bearing, just smooth as silk. And I mean, they're just a pleasure to fish out of or fish with. And this is called the Patriarch, and this is Fluger's top of the line spinning reel. And it's not that I was using it because I'm me, it's just Jeff grabbed the Supreme and it left me with the Patriarch, so that's all right. But I'll tell you what, as fine a reel as you'll use right here, this Patriarch is unbelievably smooth. It is very nice. It's got a great drag system on it. It too has 10-ball bearings, and I'm gonna tell you, it is a pleasure to fish with a spinning reel like this right here. That's a little better.
Yeah, a little better fish there. Right up there by the bank, Scott.
All right, well, I'm gonna make me a cast up there. They don't stop, do they?
Oh, they're nice, big fat rascals. Oh my.
Where's the fella going about finding them Fle-Fly jigs?
Well, best way to find them is at Fle-Fly.com, and that's FLEFLY.com.
You know another thing, you guys, when white bass season starts, usually in midwinter, all the way through the spring, excellent time to get out and catch a boatload of fish. It's no more fun fishing than to catch white bass. But that's all the time that we have for today's show, unfortunately. But get up here to the Grand Lake, the Cherokees, any of these rivers, tributaries, and even on the lake for some of the finest white bass fishing, spoon billing, cat fishing, bass fishing, you name it, they've got it. See if you can get up here and check it out. I guarantee you'll have a great time. You'll catch a bunch of fish. But hey, just remember, we'll be out there somewhere next week doing something right here on the G3 Sportsman. Thanks for watching.